Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Uju TV. But before we begin, let this quote guide your reflection today. When you focus on yourself, you stop chasing and start attracting. Self-focus is not selfish. It is a sacred responsibility. Because when you turn your focus, your attention inwards, you hear God clearly, right? The noise of comparison, competition, and people pleasing fades. It teaches you who deserve access to you, who doesn't deserve access, and the people that align with your growth, right? When we focus inside, it helps us to understand ourselves better. It gives us the insight of who we really are. That is what self-focus does to you. It places you in a position where you remove yourself from trying to understand what is happening in another person's life. Because at that point, you understand fully that you have no business being in another person's energy, trying to understand what is happening in their life. Most times, why people fear self-focus is because some people look at it as selfishness, and others believe it might lead to anxiety and depression. But no, the truth is, when you know who you are and you understand your part, focusing on yourself is the best decision you can ever make, right? Because if you focus on yourself in the right way, you can't be anxious, you can't be depressed. Why? Because you're not focusing on yourself, trying to compare what is happening in your life with what is happening in another person's life. That is not the idea. That is where all of those comparison and all of those depression and all of those things come up. But when you focus on yourself, trying to understand your own life and why what is happening in your life is happening without blaming anybody. It doesn't matter what anybody have done to you. It doesn't count. Because at the end of the day, it comes back to you, no matter what it is. So you don't hold anybody accountable for whatever. You hold yourself accountable. So when you decide to focus on yourself, which is the best decision you can ever make, focus on yourself trying to understand what is happening inside of you. Ask the Spirit of God inside of you to give you direction on how to fix it for you. Right? That is the way to focus on yourself positively. It is all about you. And what it means is everything that is happening, the one that have not happened, the one you want to happen, is all about you. You are the only one that can figure it out. You are the only one that can fix it. Create healthy boundary. Remove the people that needs to go. Show yourself empathy. The love you show to other people, bring it down to yourself. Remove the people that are not supposed to be in your energy, that are taken away from you. Let your no's be more than yes. Those are the things you need to put in place in order to focus on yourself positively and avoid the thing. Don't be self-centered. Self-focus does not mean self-centered. No. Yes, it's a touch of selfishness, because at that point you're putting you first. You understand? But that does not mean that you will not extend love and empathy to other people. At that time, you are becoming mean. And the Spirit of God is not that way. He loves humanity and all of that. But you put you first. Every other person can follow when you are standing firm. That is what it's all about, right? So today I want you to understand that self-focus is where confidence is born, where your purpose becomes clearer, and where you understand the things that are meant to be in your life and the things that naturally needs to go, right? It helps you to hold yourself accountable and makes it easy for your energy to attract the things that are meant for you without force. Affirmation for today: I choose to focus on my growth, healing, and alignment without guilt or apology. I understand that tending to myself allows me to show up more whole, loving, and authentic to the world. I release the need to prove my worth to others. And as I focus inward, God refines me, strengthens me, and positions me for what aligns with my highest good. Thank you for joining me once again. And until next time on Uju TV, when you focus on yourself, your boundaries becomes fame.